All right, guys, I wanted to run you through an abdominal routine that I do every single day. So, the first exercise is just going to be a standard crunch. Really try to support the head. The arms are not pulling the head, the trunk is just moving as a byproduct of the ab contraction. Really trying to come down and arch the low back to get a full stretch, and then pressing that low back down into the table as you roll up into a good crunch. 15 reps of that. And then we're gonna put our hands just past the base of the butt for a reverse crunch. I'm gonna turn to the side a little bit so you can see this better. The big thing that people I feel like don't do well on a reverse crunch is really getting the full contraction. So you see how my butt is rolling up off the table every rep? That's what really gets the abdominals into a full shortening phase on a reverse crunch. And a lot of times we stop at 90 degrees, and at that point the abs really haven't done a very much lengthening and contracting. They're just sort of acting as static stabilizers, and the hip flexors are working pretty hard. So if we're wanting to work the abdominals more and not so much the hip flexors, really try to get a full trunk roll up, because that's actually when the abdominal muscles are going to be shortening. The next one that we're gonna do is the old school bicycle crunch. So I really like to leave one foot on the table while I'm doing this. It's easier on your low back. It's a little bit less hip flexor work. But for me, this just gives a really nice overall abdominal contraction. It starts to let you get more into the side to side motions. You get some obliques, you get some cross crunching. And I just like the way this one feels. So 20 total repetitions here, 10 each side. On the reverse crunch, it was 15 reps as well. So 15 normal crunches, 15 reverse crunches, 10 to 12 repetitions each side for the bicycle. Now we're on to the double crunch. Typically I'll do this one for 15 repetitions as well. I'm going down into the crunch on the eccentric phase just to the point where my low back arches up off the table, and then I'm controlling that low back as I draw the knees and elbows toward each other. Always breathing out at the top of each rep, guys. The abdominals don't contract well when your lungs are full of air. So always remember, in the contraction phase on an abdominal exercise, you need to be breathing out into the contraction. Last but not least, side crunches. Roll your legs all the way off to the side. You're still crunching relatively up towards the ceiling, but this now gives the obliques a really nice angle of orientation to work. And I'll typically do 12 repetitions of this on each side. If you are having trouble feeling your obliques contract, move your hand onto the top side. This just gives you a little bit of tactile cueing and makes it easier to feel.